Right, so this might be a bit of a long video. I'm going to talk you through this one again because this is hopefully going to be bloody lovely. This is my first test, or my first bit of playtime with kind of a gun butt. I would say it's a gun butt, but it's not. It's only a little 177 air rifle, so not that this means anything to me, but it's a BSA 177. It's an old fairground one. It was in an absolute state before I got my hands on it. Again, it was the standard kind of dark brown stained colour, nicely varnished, but old, needed a bit of love. And again, I've been wanting to do a very nice shotgun handle or shotgun stock, and foregrip if I could get my hands on one, but they are quite expensive, and buying a decommissioned shotgun apparently is still quite hard work because of the licensing involved. And again, I'm not going to get myself in trouble for a bit of artwork, but it's something that I'd love to do on someone's. This is just the preparation stages. What I'm doing here is running my conductors through it. I've known people use all sorts of different agents in the water to conduct the electricity, or to help conduct the electricity through the path that it will take anyway. I'm using soda crystals at the moment, so these are kind of borax or soda cleaning crystals, that kind of thing. I've known people use all sorts, salt, lemon juice. I've heard of a few things that I really didn't think would be useful or even used in this situation, but apparently they work, tried and tested. So hey, who am I to argue? I mean, it's all about experience, and I've zapped quite a lot of pieces of wood now. I mean, there are a few that I would really like to try still. I'd love to try olive wood. Got a feeling that might be fun when you fry it. But again, I've said this about a few things and been wrong about pieces. Like yew tree is absolutely beautiful. And to be honest, the patterning on it is so nice on the yew that I'm not even sure I should frack it, because it's really beautiful patterning anyway. But when I have tried it, it's so dense and the grain patterns are so gnarly and inconsistent that actually getting it to follow through the grain is really, really difficult. Again, I've tried a few different agents. I haven't tried some, so like I say, there are still a few that I'd like to try on the yew tree to see if it produces different results afterward. This seems to be soaking in nicely. I should imagine that this, before it was sprayed and lacquered and varnished, it was probably heavily oiled. You can see a little bit of remnants on the inside there where I haven't gone too heavy with the sanding, because I don't want to take away any of the shape or profiling that's done here, because again, being a novice at this, it's not something that I could recreate accurately. Although it is only going to be a display thing after, because I think the mechanism is pretty much broken inside. Again, not being a gunsmith, it's not something I'm going to take apart in case the spring goes somewhere I don't want it to, i.e. in my face. But like I say, I still don't want to take away any of the natural shaping and form of this. So I say, let's see. I'm still not sure whether that's enough, because of the heavy oiling. I'm going to put a little more before we get into this frac and just give it a gentle rubbing over again. Like I said, I'd like this. Well, I'd like this to be quite heavy along there, and then hopefully kind of the main frame of that be quite single around there. I don't really want to put too much on this grip so it won't interfere with the literally the ergonomic handle. But again, display model. I haven't got to go too deep into the full workings of this because it's not going to be used afterwards, because like I say, I can't restore it. I haven't really got much interest in restoring it, to be honest. I used to like playing with air rifles and things when I was a kid, but I mean, if you're a boy of, or if you're a man of my age, I think when you're a boy, that's what there was. But still, like I say, I'm hoping that's going to be enough. So without further ado, let's get to the exciting bit and see if we can get some bloody voltage through this. Let's remove these gloves because those are wet. I don't want any of the conductor on my hands inside of these. You see, I'm getting my big rubber gauntlets on. The fractal machine is set up. My foot pedal is in place just under where you can see, so there should be no current going through that until I place my foot on that foot pedal. We also have a safety on and off switch, which is, again, it's all off screen, so you can't actually see it all, but there are many safety methods in place. Please don't try this at home unless you know what you're doing. It can be really dangerous. There are people that have died whilst performing this, so please, watch and enjoy. Don't do anything crazy. Oh wow. Wow. Yeah, that's lovely already. Let's go along the barrel or along the force, the foregrip. Oh, that's lovely. Yes. Oh, I'm pleased. So pleased. That's absolutely lovely already. The way it fires off like nerve endings, it's like a thought developing. But it's literally when it does this and it goes like that, it's like brainstorming. It reminds me of, yeah, it's like a thought evolving in your brain. It's going off in every different direction, exploring everything until it finds the right path at the right power, and then just meets and arcs out. Awesome. This is absolutely textbook for a burn. Textbook. The patterning is beautiful. The mix between this stark burn and these beautiful soft patterning on the outside. I'm getting excited here. Let me turn this machine off so I can put both nodes down and be completely safe and just run through a little final few bits and bobs. Let's get these things off so we can get to grips. You can see now, it actually worked ever so well. The way that stayed away from that point, which generally doesn't happen if you're trying to place it in an exact point, unless you don't put the conductors into it. It will go where it pleases. I mean, I'm not gonna get in the way of 10,000 volts. It's just not gonna happen. But the fact that I run the conductors all the way through it, because if you don't, then you tend to get discoloration around where the frac work is and where it gets drawn into the wood. So you tend to get discoloration around the main patches of the frac work. So again, you have to run the conductors through so you get consistency of the colour of wood all the way through. If it is going to be stained, at least it's a consistent stain and you can sand out as long as it doesn't go too deep. But again, the fact that that stayed away from the part that I really wanted it to, and you can see on the other side, it's just fell beautifully in place. So I'm very much looking forward to scraping this out and seeing. I mean, this first part of the fractal video is absolutely awesome. What we've got left to do now is absolutely loads, absolutely loads. The finished product is going to look amazing. I don't tend to put too many shots in between because there are a few bits you can see. It looks a little ugly sometimes before I get my paws into it and really kind of enhance everything that's there. But there are a lot of stages to go through now. I have to, with a very fine kind of wire brush or toothbrush sometimes on some things, but a very delicate wire brush, have to go through these, get all of this charring out that's in the grain work and in the burn pattern and in the strike patterns that have happened all over. You see some of them are really stark and hard where it tends to burn through, and those are lovely. Those are absolutely lovely. Again, if this were going to be a rifle or a gun or shotgun that were going to be used, we wouldn't be able to go this heavy, so I wouldn't let the conductors soak in as long, so it wouldn't go too far into the grain. It would mainly be just a surface soft burn, more like this kind of thing that you can see here. So yeah, like I say, there are things you would do different for actual rifles, but because this one's going to be a display model, we figured we'd go hard or go home, people. Go hard or go home. But yeah, that was an absolute beautiful example of a fractal burn. I hope you enjoyed it. This is, I would say this is part one, but I have put a little starter video up, a little teaser of this one already. Might have been on one of my reels if you wanted to go back and see the very start of it. That would have been with the main colouring on as well. There's a picture before I actually did anything, even taking it to bits. So anyway, like I say, this is going to be part one. Keep your eyes peeled, like, follow and share. Please like, follow and share. It will only help me be able to do this full time. This is literally my hobby, but a beautiful one. To be able to do this full time is an absolute dream. So please like, share, get me out there, get me about. But again, this is part one. Like, follow and share for part two if you're interested in seeing the final result. If you have watched, thanks very much for watching. See you again soon, hopefully.